Good morning, America. Holiday travel rush as millions of Americans race to get home. Hundreds of flights are delayed or grounded due to torrential rain. Drivers trapped in floodwaters. The forecast and the best and worst times to head out.
Immigration showdown. A judge temporarily stopping the removal of a group of Guatemalan children held on a plane for hours. The Trump administration trying to send them to their home country as officials in Chicago push back against the administration's plan to surge ICE agents to the city.
Breaking news overnight, deadly earthquake in Afghanistan. A 6.0 magnitude quake hitting near the border with Pakistan. The latest on the search for survivors.
COVID vaccine confusion. The restrictions at some major pharmacies in some states after the CDC scaled back eligibility for the shot. This morning, 9 former CDC directors speak out against Health Secretary Kennedy, accusing him of, quote, endangering every American's health. Former acting director Dr. Richard Besser joins us live.
Heart-pounding rescue. A little boy walking along the monorail at Hershey Park in Pennsylvania, people 20 feet below looking on in horror. How one Good Samaritan jumped into action.
New overnight, weight loss drugs and heart health. How Wegovy may do more to prevent heart disease than its competitor Zepbound.
Soccer star Trinity Rodman scoring for one of her biggest fans. How she gave one girl the surprise of a lifetime.
Hanging on for the win. A golden one-handed catch helping Miami beat Notre Dame overnight as college football season kicks off. And what else is kicking off this Monday? K-pop Demon Hunter fan Wit on the road to GMA.
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Monday. Good morning, America.
That is my jam, folks.
Yours and like multiple millions of other people's.
We are a K-pop Demon Hunters household, that is for sure. So much fun. Good morning, America. It's great to be with you on this Labor Day.
And Labor Day weekend means major discounts, why this may be one of our last chances to save big and the savings to look out for here.
And it was a wild weekend of weather. Take a look at this water spout. Pretty wild there.
Yeah, and that weather affecting the race to return home from the holidays with flights delayed and canceled across parts of the country. Faith Abube is at the world's busiest airport, Hartsfield-Jackson in Atlanta, with the latest. Faith, good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you. With those thunderstorms and showers, which caused some hiccups for travelers yesterday, are expected to continue from Texas to Florida today. However, so far, no impact on travel operations and flight operations at airports across the country as millions head to the airport.
This morning, as holiday travelers were making their way home, the FAA delayed and grounded hundreds of flights on Sunday at some of the nation's busiest airports due to weather. Severe thunderstorms causing travel headaches in Texas, forcing temporary ground stops in Houston. For a time, the FAA also issuing ground stops in Miami and Fort Lauderdale due to torrential rains. On the roads, drivers caught in floodwaters. The travel issues coming amid a record-setting stretch for airlines. The FAA forecasting the busiest air travel for Labor Day in 15 years.
And today also expected to be another high volume day. The FAA expecting about 47,000 planes in the skies, but with now tomorrow will be fewer crowds and cheaper fares.
Okay, well, that is good. And Faith, what about the people who are driving to their destinations?
Yeah, so let's put out the time for you on your screen there. The experts are suggesting leave before lunch or after dinner. However, if that's not possible for you and you find yourself on the road between 1 p.m. and 4 p.m., expect to sit in some traffic. However, it won't cost you as much in fuel. That's because gas prices are now about 30 cents cheaper than they were this time last year.
You could listen to the K-pop Demon Hunter soundtrack during that time. You'll have plenty of time. Thank you, Faith. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Faith. All right, let's go ahead and bring in meteorologist Danny Beckstrom now from our New York station WABC in for Ginger with that Labor Day forecast. Danny, what you seeing?
Good morning. We're watching flooding recede in parts of Texas. Wanted to start with some video. This is out of Houston. Southeast of Houston Metro saw 3 to 6 inches of rain over the course of the weekend, and this is the result. This car stalling out in the floodwater. It's why we say never drive through flooded roads. Dallas also dealing with some significant flooding. Parts of Dallas Metro, Dallas-Fort Worth saw 1 to 4 inches of rain over the course of the weekend. It was really the southern plains that got hit the hardest this past weekend with the wet weather, and in the center of the country, the showers do continue today, although in Texas in general, things are starting to wrap up. For the Northeast, from Chicago over through New York City, sunny skies, highs in the 70s, fantastic. The West Coast, however, it is all about the heat. We're looking at highs in the 90s today in LA, heat advisories in effect from Los Angeles up through Sacramento, which is going to push a lot of people to the beach. Please be mindful of that high rip risk from Ventura down through Laguna Beach. LA County saw 200 rescues on Saturday alone because of the rip current risk. So it could be really dangerous today. Please be safe, smart. Do not swim without a lifeguard present. And on the East Coast, we're looking at a high rip risk from Virginia Beach down through North Carolina and parts of the Southeast as well. Rebecca?
All right. That's the right advice, Danny. Thank you. We're going to turn now to the battle over President Trump's immigration crackdown. A federal judge blocking the deportation of a group of Guatemalan children as the flights were just about to take off. Senior White House correspondent Selena Wang has the latest. Good morning, Selena.
Good morning, Rebecca. And we've learned that children caught in this legal battle are as young as 7 years old. At the very last moment, when they were already boarded on those planes, a federal judge stepped in and stopped the Trump administration from deporting them. This morning, a group of Guatemalan children, some as young as 7 years old, trapped in legal limbo. Held on a Texas tarmac for hours, the children finally deplaning after a federal judge stepped in. The Trump administration pushing for their removal, insisting they're acting at Guatemala's request to reunify them with their parents. But at an emergency hearing, a federal judge sounding skeptical, saying conflicting narratives from both sides leave it unclear if those children could face harm upon return. The judge temporarily halting their removal.
There are children that were taken out of the shelters and onto those planes who did not want to go back. It's that simple.
Speaking with ABC News overnight, Efren Olivares, an attorney representing the minors, says the government rushed the children out of shelters in the middle of the night.
What kind of country have we become that we go after orphan children?
This coming as President Trump ramps up immigration enforcement.
We do intend to add more resources to those operations.
Law enforcement officials tell ABC News the administration will target Chicago, but Mayor Brandon Johnson signing an executive order to resist federal action, saying Chicago police will not collaborate with federal agents on civil immigration enforcement.
We will not have our police officers who are working hard every single day to drive down crime, deputized to do traffic stops and checkpoints for the president.
And in Alabama, Republican Congressman Barry Moore heckled at a town hall over due process.
So due process for a citizen and a non-citizen are different.
False. Lies. The 5th and 14th Amendments allow for it. The Supreme Court has backed it many times. Shame.
The Justice Department confirms the administration tried to remove 76 minors from the country. The attorney for the children tells us they boarded 3 planes and that one of them even briefly took off before turning back around. Whit.
All right, Selena Wang for us. Thank you for that. Turning now to breaking news we're following overseas. A deadly earthquake in Afghanistan near the border with Pakistan. The magnitude 6.0 quake hit overnight with hundreds of people killed. Ian Pannell is joining us now with the latest. Ian, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Whit. At least 800 people have been killed in this devastating earthquake, more than 2,500 injured. That's according to the Taliban government. Buildings shaking from the capital of Afghanistan to the capital of Pakistan. The earthquake, measuring 6.0, was relatively shallow, striking in the middle of the night, though, while people were sleeping. Rescue efforts now underway, as you can see, but this is an extremely poor mountainous and rural area. Resources are very limited. The epicenter was in the east of Afghanistan, near the border with Pakistan. One local official telling ABC News there's massive destruction around the epicenter. People feared trapped under the rubble, with whole villages completely destroyed. Most of the houses there, as you can see, are made of mud and unable to withstand earthquakes. Since the US withdrawal from the country, poverty rates have soared. Most people live on less than $1 a day. That means a lack of proper health care or infrastructure, all of which is making it harder to find and rescue people. Gio?
Just awful. We are thinking of all of those families. Ian, thank you so much. We're going to turn now to the confusion about COVID vaccines this fall as some pharmacies limit access in some states and case numbers rise. Stephanie Ramos is here with the details, and you're following that. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Good morning, everyone. A lot of concern about this. There's growing confusion over COVID vaccines this morning after last week's move by RFK Jr.'s CDC to scale back vaccine eligibility. So this year, the FDA approved COVID-19 vaccines specifically for seniors and younger people who have medical conditions that put them at higher risk from COVID-19. Doctors may still determine that patients who don't meet those criteria still need the shot. But bottom line, where you live may determine whether you can get a COVID booster easily, or you may need a prescription, or you may have to just look elsewhere for the vaccine. At CBS, the changes mean you can still get the updated shot in 34 states, but in 13 states and Washington, D.C., you will need a prescription from a doctor or other prescriber. Now, in 3 states, Massachusetts, Nevada, and New Mexico, CVS pharmacies won't be giving the shot at all. Now, when it comes to Walgreens, they have their own restrictions. The chain says it will require prescriptions in 16 states. Both companies say they expect to have the new 2025-2026 vaccines in stock very soon, and they will offer them where state laws allow. I know this is a lot of information, so best thing to do is check the website, Walgreens, CVS, and check with your doctor as well.
All right, Stephanie, thank you. And this confusion is part of the reason for the turmoil right now at the CDC. This morning, 9 former directors or acting directors of the CDC are accusing Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. of endangering the health of every American. The assertion comes in an op-ed piece in this morning's New York Times, days after Kennedy fired Susan Menares, the newly hired chief of the CDC. And joining us now is one of the authors of this op-ed. He is former acting director of the CDC and our former ABC News chief medical editor, Dr. Richard Besser. Dr. Besser, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Rebecca. It's great to be here.
And this is unusual. You have a number of former officials coming together of all stripes. They served both Democrats and Republicans, making this very significant assertion. Can you give us a sense of why this matters and what it could mean for the country?
Yeah, Rebecca, this kind of an action is unprecedented. We have a CDC director or acting director going all the way back from the Carter administration, every administration to including the Trump administration. The reason we put this out is that we have grave concerns that the Secretary of Health is endangering the health of people across our nation by not letting the agency do its job, not following the science, and putting out guidance like you were just talking about around COVID vaccine that is leading to confusion and will leave many people in our nation very unprotected for this COVID season, as well as for any of the public health threats we know will be coming our way.
Dr. Besser, what are you hoping to accomplish with this op-ed?
Well, we're hoping for a number of things. One is to keep the attention on this. This is not business as usual. What we're asking for is for Congress to fulfill its obligation of oversight for the department and make sure that this is not allowed to just continue. In addition to the firing of the CDC director, we saw the loss last week of critical leaders of the agency, individuals who were responsible for developing vaccine recommendations, individuals who were responsible for responding to the next pandemic or the next big outbreak, those who have the responsibility for making sure that children don't start smoking and that communities have clean water and that when you go to the swimming pool, the water is safe. The agency supports every state health department, local health department, and this will hit people in every single community across America. We need to draw attention to this.
What do you say to those who might believe this is about personality or politics and what this all means for Americans?
Well, one of our hopes was by having someone who was in every single administration, we would try and take the political issue off the table for us. This is purely politics and ideology by Secretary Kennedy. He brought in a director for the CDC who is a gifted scientist As soon as she started to exert her authority as a scientist, he had her removed. That is unacceptable. I recommend that people turn to their doctors, their nurses, their pharmacists for the best advice in terms of vaccines and other health issues. At this point, it's very hard to look at what's coming out of the CDC and have confidence that it's the best information for you and your family.
All right, Dr. Besser, thank you for joining us this morning.
Thanks, Rebecca.
Whit?
All right, Rebecca, we're going to shift gears here and turn out to opening weekend of college football. Our Victor Oquendo is in Miami, the site, of course, of one of the biggest showdowns of the weekend. Victor, good morning to you.
Whit, Miami really showed up last night, setting an attendance record here at Hard Rock Stadium for a Hurricanes game. This one had it all, including an early contender for Play of the Year. This morning, college football is back.
Wow. What a catch!
And the conversation over Play of the Year already heating up.
Up for grabs, and caught! C.J. Daniels, a tremendous one-handed catch.
C.J. Daniels with this one-handed behind-the-head catch to put Miami on top just before the half. The Irish fighting back, tying things up in the fourth quarter.
Draw! Touchdown!
But the Canes with this field goal in the final minutes, taking that big win.
Look at the way Hard Rock is rocking. Miami Hurricane football.
Non-stop action all weekend long.
Easy pitch and catch.
Packed with upsets.
Mackay Danzy. How about it, Knowles?
Florida State stunning Alabama. The Seminoles handing the Crimson Tide their first season opening loss since 2001.
Straight ahead inside the 10. Finding his way to the goal line and in.
After the game, FSU fans storming the field.
The first big field stormer of the year is underway.
Meanwhile, one of the most anticipated games, Texas-Ohio State, featuring Arch Manning, the Longhorns quarterback with a famous last name, unable to rise to the occasion. The defending national champion Buckeyes dampening Manning's debut.
Touchdown, Bucks!
Beating top-ranked Texas 14-7. But a great way to close a chapter for legendary broadcaster ESPN's Lee Corso.
To everyone who's been a part of the journey.
Well, it looks great.
Thanks.
Corso retiring from College Game Day, the show he helped build back in 1987, signing off in his signature style with his final pick, the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Give me my first love.
And there is still more football to be played tonight. Six-time Super Bowl champion coach Bill Belichick making his North Carolina debut, leading the Tar Heels against TCU. That game is on at 8 o'clock on ESPN. Guys.
Hey, Victor, these two Miami boys, you and me, we right. Called it for Miami. These said Notre Dame. You know, what can we say? That's right. Thank you, Victor. Appreciate it. Coming up here, the shocking video of a young boy walking along the monorail at Hershey Park. Look at that, 20 feet above, terrified witnesses. How a good Samaritan came to the rescue.
Thank goodness. Plus, Rhiannon Ally is at the U.S. Open with the Americans still in the hunt. Hey, Rhiannon.
There's only one American man left standing, but the women are looking really good. We'll have all the weekend's action, plus what's coming up today from the Tennis Center here, and the story of the man who snatched that hat from a young fan. We'll tell you more.
All right, looking forward to that. Also coming up, we're breaking down the Labor Day sales, why now is the time to buy, and the discounts to look out for.
Coming up, the major change coming to one of the country's most popular retailers, what you need to know about Costco's new policy. Welcome back to GMA. Whit, this one hits pretty close.
It does, yeah.
That's one dad's experience with K-pop demon hunters. He's first drawn in by his kids watching, and then there you have it. It's a family sing-along.
It sure is. And you know what? He's not alone.
Well, he was alone with the crop top. I went with the drop top. He went with the crop top.
Oh, man. You're jamming out in Hawaii.
This is as with our family on vacation. This song has been on repeat in my house. But the movie, this is the sleeper hit of the summer, right? With the songs near the top of the charts. Tomorrow, the stars of the movie will be here live on GMA.
I like how your daughters are sort of like in it, but they're also hiding.
The older older one is
camera.
embarrassed by dad, and the younger one is all in. Yeah, exactly. It's all part of the experience. First, though, let's take a look at what's new at 7:30. The leaders of Russia, China, and India are meeting at a regional security summit in China. This comes after Trump imposed a 50% tariff on Indian goods as punishment for buying Russian oil. Russian President Putin later invited Indian Prime Minister Modi for a ride from the conference center. And big changes are going into effect at Costco. Starting now, shoppers without an executive membership won't be able to get in until an hour later. It's part of some membership changes the retail giant is rolling out, now taking effect. And the Powerball jackpot, it just keeps on growing. No one has matched the 5 numbers in the Powerball since May. So a winning ticket for tonight's drawing is now worth $1.1 billion. And if you want all of that at once, the cash option is more than $498 million. Everybody takes the cash, right?
Because I think it's the right option.
You take the cash, keep it in hand,
and
invest
run for the
it,
hills.
yeah, and then run for the hills. Yeah.
We're going to turn now to a heart-stopping rescue caught on camera. A young boy spotted walking along the monorail trail at Hershey Park in Pennsylvania, and a quick-thinking Good Samaritan jumping into action. Thank goodness they were there. Morgan Norwood is here with the story. Good morning, Morgan.
Good morning to you, Rebecca. Just terrifying, that young child stopping park guests in their tracks when they looked up and saw not a monorail car, but this, a little boy balancing high above the ground. This morning, we are seeing that dramatic video and the stranger's split-second decision that had everyone holding their breath.
This morning, a heart-pounding rescue caught on camera, all playing out above the heads of amusement park goers over the holiday weekend. In the terrifying video, a little boy seen walking along the monorail at Hershey Park in Pennsylvania as people below look on in horror. Bystanders yelling for the boy to stop, while others urged him to keep going as he walked along the metal beam. The child had been reported missing Saturday when he was separated from his parents. Then he was spotted 20 minutes later wandering along the ride, which was not in operation. Visibly distressed, the boy covers his ears, one bystander climbing on the roof of a nearby ice cream shop, clapping his hands and waving to get the boy's attention. He begins walking, then freezes. That's when the man decides to jump onto the track, pulling himself up. Once he's in reach, he lifts the boy up and carries him to safety. The crowd erupting in relief.
Yes! Oh my God!
Hershey Park saying in a statement, "We are grateful for the vigilance of our guests and the swift response of our team, and we remain committed to maintaining the highest levels of guest safety throughout Hershey Park."
And Hershey Park also says that monorail was closed at the time of the incident. The park thanking guests for their quick action and saying and saving that boy and reaffirming their commitment to the highest levels of safety. But so glad that he's doing well this morning.
Wow.
It's
just
terrifying.
Unbelievable how that even happened.
Yeah.
All right, Morgan, thank you so much. We're going to turn now to a deadly midair crash over the weekend. An investigation is now underway after 2 small planes collided. Take a look. This morning, the FAA is investigating a deadly midair crash in Colorado.
Possibly 2 aircraft collision in the air. Currently see black smoke.
A plume of black smoke rising over the small airport after 2 Cessna planes collided Sunday around 10:45 a.m. Authorities say both planes were attempting to land at Fort Morgan Municipal Airport. 2 people were on board each aircraft. Pieces of the planes littering the runway, one plane charred beyond recognition, just a wing and the tail of the other remaining intact. 1 person is dead and 3 others injured as authorities, led by the NTSB, work to determine the cause of the crash. Yeah, so a lot to investigate there, and I was just looking at information from the sheriff's office, and we're told that 2 of the occupants of the other airplane actually had minor injuries, so that's actually pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Thank you, Gio, for that. We turn now to the U.S. Open. American Taylor Fritz advances to the quarterfinals while Taylor Townsend falls short. Rhiannon Ally is at the National Tennis Center here in New York, and Rhiannon, some huge matchups today.
Absolutely. Good morning, Whit. Yeah, it was a tale of 2 Taylors. Let's talk about that first with 2 very different outcomes. Taylor Townsend, let's start there. What a heartbreaking loss. Townsend has really been trying to break through in the singles scene after so much double success, and she really had her chances. She had 8 match points, but Barbara Krejcikova was able to win them all. She also won a 25-minute tiebreaker in the second to force a deciding third, which the Czech won 6-3. Townsend emotional after that match, breaking down in tears. You remember last week, Townsend became a fan favorite for how she handled a post-match argument with Jelena Ostapenko. Townsend is still alive, though, in doubles. She's not out yet, where her team is the top seed. And I want to share a funny story about Townsend in ranking. She asked world number 1 Carlos Alcaraz to take a picture with her son. She incorrectly said Alcaraz was the number 1, so her son said, "Just like my mom?" And Alcaraz's response was, "I'm kind of close." As for Taylor Fritz, let's go there. He cruised into the quarterfinals with a straight set win. The fourth seed is the last American man left in the men's draw. And fourth-seeded woman Jessica Pegula also advances to the quarters. But today, all eyes will turn to the huge matchup. Number 3 Coco Gauff will take on her very good friend Naomi Osaka. This is going to be a battle of the former U.S. Open champs. Whit, I know you're a big tennis fan. I know you'll be watching.
So much fun. Can't wait to watch that matchup. And Rhiannon, while we have you, because this tournament, of course, filled with all these viral moments, among the craziest is the grown man stealing a player's hat from a child. And you have an update on that?
Everyone has been talking about this. Wait, let's show that video for those who haven't seen it, or maybe those who want to just shake their head this morning. That is Polish player Kamil Majczak trying to hand his hat to a young fan, only to have it snatched away. We have now learned that that man who snatched the hat is a CEO from Poland. Apparently pretty happy with his countryman's win, but Majczak making things right. He met with that young fan. He gave him his own hat. So we do have a happy ending to this story. That CEO is getting a lot of heat online. But you can catch all the round 16 action, including that huge matchup we just mentioned. It's all on ESPN today. It starts at 11 a.m. Eastern, and then the evening prime time starts around 7 p.m. Guys.
Glad that kid got the moment
Turned
in the
out
end.
better.
Yeah, turned out very well.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rhiannon. Appreciate it. All right, coming up here, a new study overnight on weight loss drugs and heart health, how one drug may do more to prevent heart disease. And next, Labor Day deals. Becky Worley tells us why this may be one of our last chances to save big. Hey, Becky.
Hey, we're starting to see the impact of tariffs slowly creep into prices, and that may only accelerate after the holiday. The warnings from major brands, I'm going to tell you that, and where you can find the deals right now, all after the break.
We are back now with the biggest Labor Day sales. It is the last day of discounts this holiday weekend, and it could be the kickoff to some potential price increases. Our ABC News consumer correspondent, Becky Worley, joins us now with the strategies to save. Good morning, Becky.
Rebecca, good morning and happy Labor Day. The sale classics for this holiday weekend are late back to school sales, price cuts on seasonal summer inventory, and discounts on big ticket items like mattresses and appliances. While many of these things are on sale right now, economic signals are mounting that the tariff price hikes, they're coming. We've got big retailers announcing on their earnings call about pending tariff price increases. Then we move over to data that the stockpiled pre-tariff inventory is running low. And those factors beg the question, is this a last chance sale period? Will prices go up later this year as exporters and corporations stop absorbing the increased costs and start passing them on to consumers, Rebecca?
Yeah, those are some big questions, and we know you have your ear to the ground, Becky. What are you hearing are the biggest, best discounts right now?
Well, it's always seasonal items at the end of summer. So we've got like garden or outdoor things. Over at Walmart, the Greenworks battery lawn mower and charger was $324. Now it's $198. Another category to look at, back to school items. Even though back to school shopping was pretty early this year, Amazon has an Osprey laptop backpack. It was $89.95. Now it's $55.95. Shoes are always a part of fall shopping. When will my children's feet stop growing? Adidas has a big sale site-wide, up to 50% off of these Grand Court shoes. They were $70, now they're $42. And finally, REI has one of their big sales of the year. An example of a good deal, Columbia Windbreaker was $80, now $39.83. Finally, I want to just end with one item that I cannot find on sale anywhere, but if the Nintendo Switch 2 gaming device is on your holiday must-purchase list, I don't think there are going to be huge sales through the fall, and there may even be supply chain issues. So if you see it, maybe now is a good time to grab it. Yes, I started talking Christmas already.
Wait a second. The Halloween decorations aren't even out yet. All right, thank you, Becky. Appreciate it.
Sorry.
We're back now with a very special play of the day. Soccer star Trinity Rodman of the Washington Spirit making it her goal to give one young fan a game day experience she'll never forget.
They told me an Uber was coming, and so I didn't really suspect anything of it.
This morning, 16-year-old Jenna Friedman left speechless, getting the ride and experience of a lifetime on her way to the Washington Spirit match Sunday.
Hi!
None other than her favorite player, Trinity Rodman, behind the wheel.
Hey, y'all. We're on the way to the Spirit game. Let's go! Let's go, Spirit! Oh, my God.
Jenna, a soccer player herself, says she was inspired by Trinity's prowess on the field and found comfort in her favorite player during a time when she'd considered quitting the sport altogether.
Continuing to watch Trinity shine almost every game and to hear her inspirational words really motivated me to try and pick up soccer again.
Rodman flying Jenna and her family all the way from Florida to D.C. to watch the forward play against the Chicago Stars after seeing her TikTok live.
I was in so much shock. I immediately was like, Mom, Trinity's on my live.
The two teaming up on TikTok and keeping the tradition going.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
Jenna saying she is grateful for her mentor and friend.
The fact that Trinity pays so much attention to her fans, it shows she really cares. So it's like, how could you not love her?
Right, such a wonderful surprise. And if that wasn't enough, by the way, Trinity also gave Jenna her cleats after the game.
So
and it wasn't just one TikTok video, but there's a whole series of these videos they did together.
You watched them all top to bottom.
Absolutely.
I feel like Trinity and Jenna are besties for the resties now.
I think
Love that story, Whit. Thank you. Coming up here, a Deals and Steals Labor Day takeover. Tori Johnson right here with nearly 20 deals, up to 70% off, all with free shipping. That's coming up here on GMA.
Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. New details on the deadly shooting at a Minneapolis school and church. A search warrant describing conversations between the father and the shooter as some of the young victims are released from the hospital. The latest this morning.
The rise of meno divorce in couples over 50.
I burned my whole life down and I started again, and I just am so much happier now.
How couples can navigate this challenging time.
And we've got something big this morning. A Deals and Steals Labor Day takeover, from boots to bags and tech to travel. Tori's got something for everyone with deals up to 70% off and all with free shipping. As Tori and our Deals superfans say,
Good morning, America!
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Monday. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America. We have a great crowd here for Deals and Steals, and thanks to all of you for joining us on this Labor Day.
Yeah, look at them all there. We are so excited to have Tori and all those Deals and Steals super fans here this morning, helping us get an early start on our holiday shopping.
Yep. Also ahead here, a new study on weight loss drugs and heart health. We're going to break down what you need to know.
But first, a look at the top stories breaking at 8, starting with the latest on the deadly shooting at a Minneapolis Catholic church that left 2 children dead and 18 others injured. Matt Rivers is here with more on that. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning, Rebecca. More and more detail about what police are uncovering in their investigation, zeroing in on conversations the alleged shooter had with his parents. This morning, new details emerging from the shooting rampage that killed 2 young students and injured 18 others at a Minneapolis school and church. Search warrants obtained by ABC News detailing physical evidence found at Annunciation Catholic School. One warrant describing conversations between the suspect and their father, who allegedly told police the shooter had recently broken up with a romantic partner. The terror unfolding last Wednesday morning. 8-year-old Fletcher Merkel and 10-year-old Harper Moisky were killed, and at least 7 people are still hospitalized. The family of 11-year-old Genevieve Bissek saying she is no longer in critical condition after suffering a gunshot wound to the neck.
She is now awake and talking and walking and eating, and had even taken a stroll through the hallway. You know, she went through a lot, but she's looking more and more like herself every day. Her prognosis is looking very good, and she may even be able to go home soon.
The family of 10-year-old Weston Halsey revealing a bullet fragment was found in his neck.
My friend Victor saved me though, because he laid on top of me, but he got hit. He is really brave.
Halsey bravely recounted the chaos inside the church that fateful day.
It was right beside me. I was 2 seats away from the stained glass windows. I think I got gunpowder on my neck.
Doctors later discovered it wasn't just gunpowder that hit Weston, but a bullet fragment as well. He will need surgery to remove the metal, which is lodged dangerously close to his carotid artery. For the first time since the violence, Mass resumed this weekend at Annunciation Catholic Church. The service held in the auditorium. The sanctuary remains closed.
I've never, in all my years, experienced such an outpouring of love and light and hope.
Father Dennis Zarin was presiding over Wednesday's service when the shooter opened fire. He tells our affiliate KSTP he did everything he could to protect the children.
It's a difficult memory, and it was loud. It just kept coming, and my first instinct was just to rush towards where the bullets were coming from. If I could have got between those bullets and the kids, that's what I was hoping to do.
And from the Vatican, Pope Leo praying for the victims while also denouncing what he called, quote, a pandemic of arms.
Let us plead God to stop the pandemic of arms, large and small, which infects our world.
And so most everyone agrees on praying that this doesn't happen again. But as always, here in the country where school shootings are now a part of day-to-day life, the disagreement lies on what, if anything, to do about it. Beyond prayer. Guys.
Just so heartbreaking in every way, Matt. Thank you so much. We're going to turn now to a new study overnight on weight loss drugs and heart health, finding Wegovy may do more to prevent heart disease than one of its major competitors. And Morgan Norwood is here with what to know. Morgan, good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you. This is pretty revealing. We've got a new face-off in the battle of weight loss drugs, and it's about more than just shedding pounds. A new study reveals Wegovy, the obesity drug from Novo Nordisk, may do more to protect your heart than its top competitor, Zepbound from Eli Lilly. Now, researchers looked at more than 20,000 adults over age 45 with a history of heart disease, but no diabetes. And what they found here is that Wegovy slashed the risk of heart, stroke, and death by 57% when taken consistently for about 3 to 4 months, more than double the benefit of Zepbound. Even among those who missed doses or had treatment gaps, Wegovy still showed a 29% edge. The results are early and haven't gone through full peer review, but the FDA has already approved Wegovy to treat both obesity and cardiovascular risk, guys.
Just a stunning amount of research and interesting facts to find out here. Thank you so much, Morgan. We really appreciate it. Coming up here in our GMA morning menu, why some are blaming menopause on the rise in divorce of older couples and how couples can navigate the challenging time.
Also ahead here, one father's message of hope as he fights a rare form of blood cancer, how he turned family and community to help. His inspiring story here.
Plus, the unstoppable Álex Palou is here with all of those championship rings. I don't know how he lifts that mug. The IndyCar driver was crowned champ for the 4th time in 5 years.
Heavy-handed, and it is a big morning for Deals and Steals. Tori Johnson's here with super fans for our Labor Day takeover. Nearly 20 deals and free shipping. It's coming up right here on GMA. Stay with us. A sunny Labor Day here in New York City, and we are back with our GMA cover story on the rise in menodivorce. It's a new phrase that points to a rise in divorce rates among older couples, with some citing menopause as a factor. It's a story we first saw in USA Today, and Becky Worley is back with more. Good morning again, Becky.
Hey, Rebecca, as a woman of a certain age, I can tell you that the change is not easy on anyone in a family, but it can be really tough on couples.
Menopause, hot flashes, sleeplessness, but divorce?
I think menodivorce is this idea that a lot of divorces are happening because of menopause.
Melissa McClure was with her husband for 14 years.
I was so angry. I felt like I wanted to burn the world down. I didn't recognize myself anymore, and therefore my husband didn't know how to handle me as well.
They've been separated for a year now.
I'm having more clarity now in perimenopause that I'm no longer willing to be a people pleaser. I'm no longer willing to be a nurturer. And I think perimenopause really gave me that clarity. I burned my whole life down and I started again, and I just am so much happier now.
While divorce rates overall are dropping, divorce among adults 50 and older are on the rise and account for almost 1 in 3 breakups.
What can happen early on in marriages is seen as maybe a ruffle. And after the shift in hormones, it now becomes an avalanche.
That's probably one of the biggest things that I hear about is the irritation they may feel with the person that they've been with for the longest period of time. Sometimes it's the way they chew or, the way they, look at them in certain ways.
Something that was true for Pennsylvania wife and mom Donna Hoffmeister.
Just little things would set me off and I'd be in a bad mood and respond poorly. They weren't doing anything majorly wrong. I just didn't have the tolerance to put up with any of their crap.
She found help from an OBGYN who got her on hormone therapy, and Donna says her husband worked hard to understand.
He's one that he just starts to do and take care of things because he's trying to lighten my load. That's how he responded.
The pair working on their communication and still together.
I'm one of the lucky ones. He definitely, just even talking about it, I start to well up a little bit. I've got a good one.
We can give you the hormones, the HRT, but we can't do husband replacement therapy, right? That's something you might have to do on your own.
Ouch, husband replacement therapy. Whew. This was so interesting because some of these people knew they were done, but lots of people want to keep working on their relationship. And so some very good advice that I heard from folks. First, recognize the mood disrupting impacts of perimenopause. Try to get in front of that. Seek help. Be it from an OBGYN, a therapist, or a couples counselor. For guys, some of the suggestions, try not to take things personally. Be willing to change and acknowledge your own midlife shifts. And the big one, talk through things when everyone is calm. Guys, this is advice that we can all listen to. Strike when the iron is cold.
Okay, yes, good point and great advice. Interesting story and the statistics backing it up too. Thank you, Becky, we appreciate it. Now to a story of resilience. September is Blood Cancer Awareness Month, and our medical correspondent, Dr. Darian Sutton, is shining a light on one father's mission. Good morning, doctors. Good to have you.
Good morning. Good to be here. Blood cancer affects and impacts more than 1.5 million Americans every year. And while it remains rare, for one dad, his diagnosis of the blood cancer, Waldenstrom macroglobulinemia, now becoming his message of hope.
In the game of life, Joe Welsh was dealt a hand he never expected.
All I heard when I got diagnosed was the word cancer. Like time sort of stops and you become numb.
3 years ago, the dad of 2 girls was diagnosed with Waldenstrom macroglobulinemia, an incurable and rare type of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma that affects only about 1,000 to 1,500 people every year in the United States. It's a cancer of the blood and bone marrow that weakens the immune system, often growing slowly, and sometimes it behaves more like a chronic illness, but requires lifelong monitoring and, for many patients, intensive treatment.
I had a very tough treatment. I was prepared to barely be hanging on.
For Joe, now 49, the diagnosis was an answer to the chronic pain he had been experiencing for 15 years. Pain that forced him to start using a cane.
I'm a fighter, and I said, we're going to fight this. And I remember just saying, I have to be there for my kids because I wanted to see them grow up.
Joe never lost his positive spirit. He forged ahead, quitting his job to prioritize being a dad.
Cancer is, it's very lonely. It's a lot easier to go through cancer, even on the other side, if you connect with other people. You gotta do this first.
Oh, yeah. Joe's family took precedence, and game night was born.
It's been a great thing to bring us together without screens during a time of recovery. And it's just reminded me that the little moments are what matters.
Those little moments turning into a shared creative escape.
Oh, wow, extra sorting table.
Oh, that's so good.
Joe licensing the family-friendly game appropriately called Making Monsters.
When I think of cancer, I think of these cartoon monsters that are bad guys attacking things in your body, and we're trying to fight them back. And so in some ways, this was a way to poke fun at the whole experience.
Joe, now on a winning streak, feeling good, fighting his own monster by making monsters.
He's so cute.
I just wanted to get the word out that we're very close in some ways to curing some of these cancers. And whenever you get one cured, it ripples to others. I do think there's a lot to be hopeful for.
There's a lot to be hopeful for. Joe's story is truly an incredible reminder that family, community, and connection, even while playing games, can help to bring us through some of the toughest times within life. We happen to have his game here on set with us. I just want to warn you all, I've read the directions already, and I'm very competitive. So I'm looking forward to winning.
Game night.
But this game, Making Monsters, they're going to launch a Kickstarter on September 16th. So we have to make sure to remind Joe and everyone out there that hope is contagious and support it if we can.
What a beautiful story.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
All right, we're going to shift gears. Time for pop news now, right, Gio?
It is time for pop news. Let's get going here because we're going to begin with Sabrina Carpenter and her new album, Man's Best Friend. I know you're listening to it because it's already breaking records. The album dropped Friday, and in its first 24 hours, it became the most streamed pop album of 2025 on Apple, Amazon Music globally. The album features 12 songs, 1 bonus track, and her new music video for the song Tears, which was released at the same time, has already racked up over 20 million views.
Wow.
Coleman Domingo right there. The reviews are in from Variety, calling it one of the year's best pop records and almost certainly the funniest, while Rolling Stone says Sabrina turns heartbreak into giggly gold. Man's Best Friend is streaming everywhere right now, but that bonus track, it's only available on vinyl.
Oh, that song is so catchy, by the way.
It really is.
Easy listening.
Yeah.
She's amazing. She kills it. All right. Speaking of breaking records here, one was just smashed on Spotify. One song just officially became the first to hit 5 billion streams on the platform. Any guesses?
Ooh.
Oh, wait. I'm going to go with Golden.
K-pop Demon Hunters?
Oh, you wish. No, it's not. It's The Weeknd's Blinding Lights.
Oh,
and it's no surprise that
earworm
spent 57 weeks in the top 10 of Billboard Hot 100, 43 weeks in the top 5, and just a few days ago, Blinding Lights landed at #1 on Billboard's top hot R&B hip-hop songs of the 21st
It's a long
century.
time.
That's a great workout song, too.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you posted working out to that.
Treadmill. Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
Finally here this morning, the return of the Chrisleys. Todd and Julie Chrisley were convicted of bank fraud and tax evasion back in 2022. They were sent to prison before being pardoned by President Trump 3 months ago. Now they're back with a new reality TV series. It's called The Chrisleys Back to Reality. And Nightline anchor Juju Chang sat down with the family before the premiere. We've got an exclusive look right here on GMA. Take a look.
Savannah, you started shooting this before your parents got the part.
Yes.
How has the tone shifted? Because it's a very different show than Chrisley Knows Best.
Yes, it is. You know, we've said for 10 years that Chrisley Knows Best, it was a scripted comedy. But this show, we peel back the layers, we break it down. You're gonna see the dysfunction, you're gonna see the fight and the tears and everything we had to go through to get to today.
How are the fans reacting to you when you're just out and about?
The ones that I interact with that come up to me, they are lovely. The majority of the negative comments are not even really about us.
It's about who signed our
pardon. It's about
pardon.
who signed the pardon.
And what do you say to folks who think you didn't deserve the pardon, that you're guilty and you should have served your time?
Well, those are the people that have not dug into the case. And you're going to see this come out in these 8 episodes. But at the end of the day, I don't live my life for those people that think I'm guilty. I know what I've done.
Okay, a fascinating conversation there. The Chrisleys Back to Reality premieres tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern on Lifetime, and you can watch more of Juju's interview with the family tomorrow on Nightline.
All right. Thank you, Gio, for the pop news.
We are here now with one of the fastest men on the planet, 4-time IndyCar Series champion Álex Palou. He celebrated his 4th title in 5 years after Sunday's season finale race in Nashville. Welcome, Álex. It's great to have you back on GMA.
Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations, by the way. We're checking out the hardware with the rings. I don't know if you can see that up close. That's a lot of bling right there. We love having you on. We had you on after you won the IndyCar race. Just to get to the stats here, we mentioned the 4 titles in 5 years. You're now tied for the 3rd most titles overall. How does that feel for you?
Feels amazing. It's amazing to be back here again, but this year has been tremendous for us, the 10 car, for me, myself, and just getting that 4th IndyCar championship in 5 years just feels amazing. We're just living in an amazing year for CGR, my team, the amazing work that they put in to just go and still be consistently up there and fighting for championships. So yeah, feels surreal to be here.
And I mentioned some of the stats here. You've won 8 races this season, including the Indy 500, which we mentioned. And I think we have some pictures here of you celebrating that with your family. Part of the of course, the milk right there, and the celebration. How have you managed to keep improving on these performances time and time again?
It's, I mean, there's always room for more. That's a bit about all sports, but also motorsports, where you can always improve the car, make it just a little bit faster with your team, your engineers, your mechanics, and then driving as well. You can always brake that little bit later or go on the gas a little bit earlier. So there's always room to improve a little bit. It's about improving just a little bit more than our competitors and just trying to be always up there.
ESPN compared you to Tom Brady in the sense that he was a late round draft pick, unheralded as he came into the league. Now he's the GOAT. How do you feel about comparisons like that? Do you consider yourself to be an underdog?
I think we started like on the low lane, and also not. We didn't start racing in America. I'm from originally from Barcelona, Spain. So my route to get to IndyCar was probably not the easiest one or the most straightforward. But yeah, I mean, it's amazing that you get comparisons to people, legends in other sports like Tom Brady. But yeah, I think we have a lot of room and a lot of work to do in front of us.
You've got some fancy rings in common, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So what's next for you? Could you see yourself challenging yourself in different ways on the racetrack?
I mean, just we have the off season now. Need to celebrate an amazing year, but then just continue to prepare, try and improve again the team and myself. Try and see if we can get another 500 next year and fight for the championship again.
Any different type of racing or anything?
Not
I know
now,
you're always
not now.
okay. Got it.
Not
right?
now. Maybe in the future.
Fans are always curious. Maybe in the future.
Maybe. I mean, like some endurance races, it's always fun.
Yeah.
Like we have Daytona, 24 hours Daytona at the beginning of the year, which is super fun. But yeah, IndyCar is the place.
And so the IndyCar season is over for now. I just want to know, how do you spend your downtime? We talked about your family. I know you have a young daughter. What's that like for you? What's Álex like off the racetrack?
It's the best having the daughter. I mean, I don't really have much time for me now as I used to.
There's the family picture right there. Adorable.
One of the best pictures. But I mean, honestly, I just go work out. I do my work routine, and also with the team, just prepare the races and the off season. But then spend as much time as I can with the family, and especially my daughter.
So the work never really stops for you?
No.
You start preparing right into the next season.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have some downtime now, and especially when I go back to Spain for Christmas. But yeah, I mean, we need to start working again for 2026.
Well, Álex Palou, it's great to have you in studio. Welcome back to GMA, and once again, congratulations. Álex Palou, ladies and gentlemen, right here. Thank you again. We appreciate it. Coming up, our Deals and Steals Labor Day Takeover. Tori's here with nearly 20 huge bargains, and all with free shipping. That's coming up right here on GMA. Stay with us. It was so great chatting.
Welcome back to GMA, live from New York City.
It is time to kick off our Labor Day Deals and Steals takeover for the next half hour. Tori Johnson is here with nearly 20 huge discounts, savings up to 70% off, all with free shipping. You can get all your holiday shopping done right here this morning, and Tori has brought some super fans. Hello, super fans, all showing off the goods. And hello, Tori. You always take good care of us.
I am so excited
We jump
about
right
this,
in.
especially those two favorite words of free shipping.
Yes, indeed.
But we're starting with another favorite, and that is NYDJ. And I think Nicole is literally the best supermodel for this. She was very excited to model these because you own them already.
Yes, I do. And look, they look great on.
They look phenomenal. You look fabulous.
Everybody is oohing and eyeing with compliments. That is the Maryland Straight, which is their bestseller for more than 21 years. More than 20 million pairs sold on that specific style. Every single pair, we've got a huge variety, not only of washes, but also of fits. So straight, boot cut, slim cut, you name it, we've got the silhouette. And then we also have even a pair that has a brand new cooling technology in them that keeps you cool when the temperatures rise. But no matter the style that you choose, they're all about sort of great fitting, slimming, curve contouring, and comfortable. Like that's what we were saying. Like
They
comfortable.
Are. They really are.
We didn't have to twist
No,
Nicole's arm.
I love them.
She really loves them, and you guys will too, because the whole assortment today is 50% off plus
free shipping.
You guys. Okay,
Thank you, Nicole.
to go with your sneakers, how about some fabulous sneakers from Vionic? I didn't even need to tell you about these because you knew all about them.
Super cute.
Go ahead, show them off. Show them off. You've got the leather Winnies on. These are the lace-up Winnies. But Noelle, you were telling me like you're familiar with these, introduced by
my podiatrist. I've had some Achilles issues, and I recently purchased 3 pairs, and they're versatile, comfortable, and I wear them day to night.
There you go. So we've got both the leather, which are super, comfortable, classic, go with anything. And then we have the fresh spin. These are the knit styles. And what's great about these is they're a little bit of stretch, so easy on and off, but all of them have the Vionic signature technology that is really great for any kind of foot issues, as you were saying, but also super comfortable, all 50% off and free shipping from Vionic.
We love that. And they're light for travel, too.
Very
you can
light.
throw them in luggage without too much trouble.
Okay,
Thank you.
shocks. These are really cool. So these are bone conduction earbuds, headphones, like everything all in one. And what's awesome about these, as Anne-Marie is showing us, they don't go in your ear, they go over your ear. And it's vibration that gets from your cheekbone to bring that sound right into your ear. So you get this unbelievable audio experience, but
super comfortable.
Super comfortable, and then super safe because it allows you to hear all of your surroundings.
Yes.
So if you're out, you were telling me you walk alone.
Walk around lake by myself. It's good to have these on here in case somebody's walking by.
So you can hear what's happening around you, whether it's oncoming traffic or other people, just to know about your surroundings and to have an exceptional audio experience. And feel how lightweight these are.
Super light.
Super lightweight.
And you said
super
comfortable.
Yeah, so comfortable.
And they stay in place. And they're 50% off plus free shipping.
We like that.
Okay, Vanessa is a science teacher who told me caffeine is essential.
God bless coffee. You cannot teach 10th graders without a cup of cappuccino.
There you go.
Yes,
so
indeed.
we've got 4 different options from Krups. I love this. This is just like the 10-cup drip coffee maker. Great to have even like for Thanksgiving or when you're going to have entertaining, to be able to have all the coffee ready to go. 2 different espresso makers, plus they all have the frother to get that amazing foam. And we also then have that's the drip coffee maker. This is the fast boiling kettle, which is great for tea. Everything from Krups, half price and free shipping.
Can we put this in my office?
Yeah. There you
definitely
go.
earned it with those 10th graders.
All right.
Hello, Mary Beth.
Mary Beth is heading to Italy. Doesn't yet know Italian, so we're gonna hook her up with Rosetta Stone. You were saying catch up on some of the basics. What's awesome about this is that you get access to one of 25 languages with lessons as little as 5 minutes. So fits into a busy day. You can learn anything. You got to brush up.
I'm short on time. I need to brush up.
Short on time, need to brush up. Rosetta Stone's for you. 1 language lifetime access, $89, or there's an option for all 25 languages lifetime access. That's about $140. This is brilliant.
Wow.
It's brilliant. We're going to take care
Enjoy
of you.
your
It's
trip.
Fabulous.
Thank
And then I got my jet setter Sarah
Hello,
over
Sarah.
here.
Hi.
So you got a spin here with LaPo. We've got a huge assortment from little toiletry kits to they've got 3 sizes of the roller bags, depending on, they call it a medium length trip, a long trip, or a very long trip. So this is a very long trip. We got backpacks. This is this super smooth, fabulous material that is scratch resistant, cleans really easily, smooth, fabulous wheels, 50% off and free shipping.
We love it. Thank you, Tori, and thank you to you super fans.
Now, with our Deals and Seals Labor Day takeover, Tori is going big this morning with celebrating the holiday with huge Labor Day discounts, all with free shipping right now. She's brought some more super fans to help us out. All right, Tori, what's next?
All right, so we're starting with Tiffany. You garden.
Yes, I have a community garden in Brooklyn.
Great. So these shoes are fabulous for that
Perfect,
because
perfect.
these all keep you 100% muck proof. And what does that mean? Water resistant, waterproof.
They are really good
your
quality.
feet stay dry. Yes, your feet stay dry. They're not going to get too hot or too cold. They've really kind of perfected the boot as well as the smaller shoes, the gardening style. We've got them for men, women, and kids. What do you say?
They're great. They're comfy and they are definitely waterproof.
They're phenomenal. And you guys love them, especially now because 50% off and free shipping from Muck Boots.
That's a crazy price. I love the designs as well.
The designs are fabulous. All right.
For drivers, right?
So we've got both. We've got Pura for home as well as for the car. We've got both options. You're already a fan of Pura.
I am.
Yep. Which favorite scent?
The fresh sea salt.
Fresh
My
sea
favorite.
salt. You were able to spot it instantly. Yes. What I love about Pura is that you control the scent with an app. And so that means if you're not home, don't waste the scent. If you're going to be home and you want to pump it up, you can do that from the app.
That's brilliant.
It's so smart. And we've got, I feel like, new season, September, time for new scents. So it's a really good time. If you already love Pura, you can stock up on some of their best-selling clean scents. We've got Capri Blue, Tommy Bahama. We've got a big variety.
They all smell good.
They smell really good. And if you're new to it, great season to start because all 50% off plus free shipping, home or car or both, your choice.
Fantastic. All right. And our GMA viewers love this brand.
Yeah.
Maria, what do you think?
Maria likes, so tell me.
More protein, no sugar. It tastes great. You have to try it. It's just what a better way to start the day.
Sold. And I know Eugeo like the ingredients, real clean ingredients, tens of thousands of positive reviews.
Tori's always seeing me looking at all the ingredients list. These are good.
Yeah. So I know, I'm always hesitant. Is there something that I missed? And you're like, nope, this is a good one. And then we've got the syrups, 0 calories, 0 sugars. So these are great if you want to add a little flavor or you want to just make coffee on the go, which is great because these do hot ice. You can make a cappuccino, a latte, whatever you want to make with the syrups. And then the protein coffees are really great for just an icy cold beverage. These are fabulous. Everything slashed in half, at least half price, plus free shipping.
Free shipping.
There you go.
I need this.
Okay. If you're ready to say that's what you get. The button's right there, right on the top. Yep. So what's great about
Thank
this
you, Roseanne.
is, exactly. So you you see that long handle? That long handle is what allows you to get back there to do it yourself. Yeah, you get it. Variety of speeds, variety also of attachments that you can use depending on the type of either muscle recovery, pain relief, or just want to say and feel good. This massager from Rhiannon, you tell me.
Great.
Oh wow, and it's got different levels.
Different levels, exactly. So you can find
now we're talking. You need this.
You can find the perfect between not too soft, not too aggressive, just right. 50% off and free shipping on this one.
Wow, I was only using it at half speed.
All right. Then we've got some more here in the way of relief. This is copper compression.
Okay.
So this is really great to be for. This is like a headache relief, tension relief. So you take off your glasses and get that little
here we go.
And you can see through. So even if you're on TV.
You can see through it.
Yes, she can see. Oh, there you go, Trisha.
Wow.
So if you've got tension that you need to.
So what does it do? It just massages around your eyes?
Not just. That's not a just.
No.
That's like a mega benefit, a massage around your temples. Oh yes. Plus we've got everything. We've got the gloves, the sleeves, any body part that needs some pain relief so that you can go pain-free all day long. We've got it from Copper Compression, all slashed in half plus free shipping. This is a good one. And then finally, LaToya, so when you've got precious memories, where you got one of those little ones, right? You got a little one right there? Yep. So that little thing, pop into your phone, tablet, computer, works with iPhones, Androids. It's going to do a backup of everything. Automatically. It even has a voice command that they just added. So you could say something like, show me Tommy's baseball game, and it will pull up those pictures for you. It's super smart, but it's great if you are either running out of memory or just want to preserve precious memories. Up to 66% savings.
But let's say it all together. What are we doing? Free shipping! Tori, Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you so much for that too. But we're not done just yet because Tori is back with much more on our Deals and Steals Labor Day takeover, including shapewear and pillows to transform your sleep. And make sure to use that QR code right there.
The deals keep on coming for our Labor Day takeover, and they all have free shipping, of course. You can find them all at gmadeals.com. Tori, what else do you have for us here?
We are starting with Message making their GMA Deals debut.
Yes.
Unbelievably comfortable clogs and slides. Leslie has got those modeling
Looking
there for
sharp.
us. Looking fabulous. What I love about these is this cork's extremely lightweight. It's got a nice contoured
Yes,
footbed.
I was noticing that.
Contoured footbed. These are shoes that there's no break-in needed. So immediately you take them out of the box and you can start going with them. Blister-free, I like to say. And then these right here, do you feel how there's like some compression built in there?
Yes, absolutely.
So it's a super comfortable hug flex technology that allows for better circulation, no fatigue, no soreness, kind of all the things that happen when you're walking all day long on your feet. These help prevent that. We've got their unisex sizing, unbelievably comfortable, 50% off plus
Free shipping.
You got
it. You know it, right?
You got it.
I needed more geo energy on
you
that.
did.
I'm working on it.
All right, we're working on it. You got 5 more to go.
Well, there we go.
To pick it
Excellent.
up. All right, Mally and Lily, we've got these really fabulous bags. Mary Jo's our supermodel on this because you like to go hands-free, but you need everything right in one place.
It matches the whole fit,
It
Mary
matches.
Jo.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You picked a good one. You picked a winner there. But 3 separate compartments on these, adjustable straps so that Mary Jo can keep everything that she needs right there front and center, look stylish at the same time, feel good, 62% off plus free shipping.
Free shipping.
Yeah, I need the
Free
weight energy.
shipping.
I need
Yes.
the weight energy.
All right.
Exactly. Looks fabulous. You got one too
Oh,
here.
we got-
All right,
Melissa's
Melissa.
got one as well.
Melissa looks good in your
Look at
color
that.
too. Fabulous. Thanks. Thank you both. All right, Felicia, you know shapewear, sometimes it's where it's at. It's like what we have on underneath that keeps everything looking and feeling fabulous. From Yummy, we've got a big assortment. This is one of their signature pieces because as you see in the center here, it's got all of this smoothing panel that not only smooths the front, but smooths the back too because it goes all the way around. These wide straps and this higher area on the sides also helps to keep everything in place because sometimes it's so tight right here that it like kind of pushes
Very
everything.
uncomfortable, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
nobody
this is nice
wants
and
that.
comfortable.
Yeah,
This t-shirt material is comfortable.
And the t-shirt, this top material is really fabulous. Whit's just taking our word
You know,
for it on
I
this.
believe you, every word, 100%.
We have this one down.
We have one you can wear.
Yeah,
No, I trust me.
yeah. Whit
getting there.
doesn't need any help. Whit's just perfect as is. But for the rest of us, Yummy's pretty fabulous. We've got tops and bottoms plus the signature shaping top here. Everything is slashed in half plus
Free shipping.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
They'll make a dad bod
All
version
right.
eventually. All right, let's talk
Honeydew.
sleep. Yes.
This is all about better sleep from Honeydew. You got your squeeze in here.
Squeezing
Yeah. So what I love about these is they've got their proprietary fill, which kind of I think is a little bit magical in that you can squeeze it to shape the way that you want it, and yet it will never go flat. So sometimes when you squeeze so much, it goes flat.
You can literally see it coming back.
Yeah, you can see that it
See
bounces back. So we've got their signature side sleepers, which have this curve right here, which is great for your shoulders and neck. We've got their travel pillows, kind of a big assortment from Honeydew, kind of covers all of your sleep needs. All 50% off plus
free shipping.
You got it, including even the accessories. All right, you're gonna help us with identity theft here. So you guys know and love, we love Guard Your ID because identity theft is very real, very disturbing if it happens to you.
Been there, been through it.
Yeah,
It's brutal.
Not good. So if you have anything that has your personal information on it, so think bills, bank statements, shipping labels. We all get so many packages now and then you throw the box away, but your name and address is still on that package when you throw it away. All you need to do is take a quick swipe. You want to show us? Yeah, you just go right over that address and then it conceals immediately,
Wow.
so that you don't have to see any of that information.
Yeah.
Covers it up, just like, you know, it creates these kind of characters to cover it up. Prescription bottles is another big popular use of it. Nobody needs to know your information. It is also eco-friendly, whereas shredding isn't. So we've got kits created that are $20 and free shipping.
Love
Fabulous.
it. Thank you.
And then finally, perhaps one of my favorites.
For me?
Yes.
Oh.
Do you like treating yourself to flowers?
Oh, I love having fresh flowers.
Who doesn't, right?
Yeah.
This Rose Farmers makes it possible. So you get 2 dozen long stem roses. So the petals are so just milky, creamy. I can't choose a favorite. They're all pretty fabulous, but you get 2 dozen long stem roses, style as you wish. You can do with or without a vase. These start at $37 plus
free shipping.
But can I just say, I ordered these for my mom. Loved them.
Okay.
Loved them.
There we go.
Bye-bye.
Road tested by Gio Benitez.
Exactly.
Yes. Excellent. Well, thank you so much,
Thank
Tori.
you.
We appreciate it.
Thank
Big thanks
you.
to all of our super fans as well. Again, we partnered with these companies on all the great products. You can get them at gmadeals.com. And of course, the QR code is right there on the screen.
All right, thank you to Tori Johnson and all our Deals super fans here
Yes.
for being here
Great
this
job.
morning. A huge thank you. And the pink bags. Everyone is going home with a swag bag of Deals and
Swag
Deals
bag.
products.
Thanks for watching, everybody.